Today on Versus, it's the PI with anger management issues squaring off against Kal-El's cousin, Jessica Jones versus Supergirl. In this corner, representing Marvel, whiskey and more whiskey, Whitney Van Lanningham. And in this corner, fighting for the honor of Krypton collared shirts and using glasses to conceal your identity, Kris Carr. Hit like, punch subscribe, put in your mouth guards, ladies. It's time to fight on Versus.
But what if we both like Jessica Jones? I'm pretty sure that Kris and I could both go shot for shot with her in the belly of a dive bar.
Yeah, Scott, I was Jessica for Halloween.
Too bad! Nobody cares what you want! Fight!
Fine. I just have to prove that Supergirl is the superior character. You all know that I'm obsessed with Netflix's Jessica Jones. I've done 3 other videos on her. But I think we can all admit Kara is the better person and better superhuman. In terms of powers, Kara definitely has Jess beat. Oh, you have super strength? Cute. My girl has that, flight, ice breath, and what was that little joke that you made?
I'd rather call you crazy than admit that I can lift this car, or that I can melt your insides with my laser eyes.
My bitch does have laser eyes! I mean, it's heat vision, but whatever. And sure, Supergirl is rendered useless in the presence of kryptonite, which in the DC universe is more widely available than oxygen. But all you have to do to stop Jones is have her spend 2 seconds with a people person, put her in a dry county, or grab some purple light bulbs from your local Dollar Tree. Once we get past her powers, let's look at personality. I get it. Kara is a bit of a Girl Scout. The show definitely comes off very Devil Wears Prada season 1, but that's what the comic has always been? She's a young woman trying to fit in, which is hard enough, and she's a freaking alien! She's a little dorky, she has no game, but think of what a legit awesome wingman this chick would be. You never have to take care of her drunk ass because Earth Boost isn't strong enough for her House of L liver, and you always have a DD. Kara would be like, let's leave this place, you're amazing, let's dance. You'd have to peel Jess out of the bar. And call me crazy, but I like to hang out with nice people. I think it's nice when your friend isn't a raging bitch to you all the always.
Oh, look at me, I'm Kara. I'm from outer space and I have so many superpowers. Whatever. All Jess has to do to kick her ass is slap her with some kryptonite. At least Jessica's weaknesses can be cured by 50 milligrams of Lexapro and some Pedialyte. Jessica has crazy strong super strength that makes it possible for her to pick up a police car and use it against you in a pillow fight. I'm pretty sure she'd also be able to destroy Supergirl's sorority nose job in seconds, and if that doesn't work, she can always just whiskey puke on Kara's basic bitch costume. Jess once picked up a guy by his nostrils and made it look easy. There's no situation the girl can't punch her way out of, except maybe her own mind, which, let's be honest, is riddled with PTSD. But that's what whiskey is for! Jessica also has superhuman durability, meaning that knife wounds, gunshots, and explosions would barely ruin her favorite jacket. Homegirl is tougher than diamonds on the outside, and once Jean Grey helped her block Kilgrave from mind controlling her, her shithead anxiety brain started getting stronger too. Jessica is basically like if Harry Potter and Ella Enchanted had a baby, the Purple Man is Voldemort if Voldemort was also a rapist, and Jean Grey is Professor Snape in Book 5 trying to teach Harry occlumency. But unlike everyone's favorite little Horcrux, Jessica was actually able to eventually keep Kilgrave from accessing her thoughts, making her stronger than she's ever been physically and emotionally. You try overcoming mental illness and being a private detective, and kicking bad guys' butts, and still finding time to fuck Luke Cage, Supergirl. Jessica's a boss-ass bitch. Personality-wise, fine, whatever. Jessica's a little bit of an alcoholic. But how is that any different from every time we've ever hung out, Kris? Are you saying you don't want to drink with me anymore? Because last time we got drunk, I'm pretty sure I showed you my read you a sad poem I wrote, and yelled at your fiance for 30 minutes straight about eating techniques. You're welcome! Jessica would do exactly the same thing, except she would also get in 3 bar fights, have a panic attack, and wake up the next morning with more than the usual post-drinking mysterious leg bruises. But she'd be so fun while she was doing it. Jess is the type of girl who shows up at your house after a bad day with a carton of cigarettes and 3 bottles of Jameson. Supergirl might bake you a nice casserole or remember your favorite flowers, but casseroles are gross and flowers are bullshit. If I just threw a guy out my office window, I'd want to go on a week-long bender too. Plus, I love that Jessica is so refreshingly down-to-earth and normal for a superhero. Both the comics and the show graphically remind you that girls poop too by showing Jessica sitting on the toilet. And if I were a superhero, you better believe I'd want all my fans to be able to relate to me. I bet Supergirl is one of those girls who pretends like she never even farts. Get over yourself, Kara. I love that Jess doesn't try to pretend like getting kidnapped by a psychopathic, telepathic supervillain didn't f her up. She might be dealing with shit in an unhealthy way, but I've been known to hit the bottle like there's diamonds at the bottom too, so whatever. Jessica's a hot mess, and I'm pretty sure she always smells like a dive bar, but I'd rather cry drink with her than with Marsha Brady over here.
All right, when it comes to costume, are we talking street clothes or crime-fighting uniforms? Because that heinous white and blue suit Trish offered Jess in the show, that was really her outfit in the comics. She zipped around town in that Bee Gees backup singer getup while she called herself Jewel. Because she's so f***ing angsty, the greatest name to live up to was that of an artist who gave us You Were Meant for Me. And Supergirl's uniform is classic. I'll admit, flying and fighting in a skirt wouldn't be my first choice, but if I looked like Melissa Benoist, I'd consider it.
Okay, first of all, her Jewel costume looks way better on than it does when Trish pulls it out of the back of her closet. And second, as soon as I can afford it, I'm dyeing my hair magenta again. Plus, everyone knows that girls who wear white pants are into butt stuff. And Jessica is definitely into butt stuff. I get that fighting crime in a tube top would suck because you'd be adjusting your armpit fat in a strapless bra mid-fight, but it's still better than fighting crime in a skirt. Jessica's street clothes, however, are something that we would both actually wear. Leather jacket, jeans, shirt. Out the door in 5 minutes looking like a badass detective. God, I love her.
Super friends? Girl, don't kid yourself. Supergirl hangs out with DC's heavy hitters. Not only do we have her cousin Clark, aka Kal-El, we've got Martian Manhunter, who is hands down the most powerful being in the DC universe. Her sister Alex is a badass chick with crazy amounts of medical knowledge, all the sweet fighting moves, and is providing amazing representation for the LGBTQ community. Jimmy Olsen is hella fine. Wynn, played by Jeremy Jordan, is a little Broadway treasure who we as a nation should protect. And Lena Luthor, she's okay. Okay, just between you and me, can we get Lena a dialect coach? Look, I love Katie McGrath on Merlin, but girl, you gotta pick an accent. You're playing a posh American. Pick a region. Don't be like Kevin Spacey in House of Cards, who I guess lived in every part of the South. Also, general rule, don't be like Kevin Spacey. Who's Jess hanging with? Some heroes for hire who didn't have time to get their wire work right? And let's talk villains. Yeah, you've got Kilgrave, who is, as I've gone on record saying, one of my favorite villains of all time and is played by the love of my life, David Tennant. But last time I checked, Jess snuffed the Purple Man at the end of season 1. Who's on deck for season 2? Her feelings? Ooh! Kara faces off against Livewire, Silver Banshee, Metallo, and currently Rain. The World Killers are some of my favorites in DC. At the end of the day, Jess is a D-list hero, who I truly love, and the show is thankfully elevating her status, but maybe to a high B. Kara, no matter how you slice it, is an A-lister.
If you ever put Jessica Jones in the same D-list category as Kathy Griffin's reality show, I will make sure that David Tennant stays dead, so that you can't even look at his stupid, sexy face ever again. And okay, we're doing comics and the TV show, right? Because I have to admit, if she was just hanging out with a Netflix version of Danny Rand all the time, I'd probably kill myself and then kill her and then kill him to make sure that the MCU defenders lose their shitty white karate guy. But whatever. Anyways, Daredevil Matt is still pretty cool, right? Having a radioactive sonar friend would be so clutch if you're fighting in pitch darkness without those Eskimo night vision goggles. Plus, she's banging Luke Cage. He's objectively one of the hottest guys in comics, or in the MCU, or just in general, everywhere, all the time, because have you seen his abs? Plus, the baby that I hope they'll have in one of the future seasons is so cute in the comics, and I can't wait to see if they'll include that storyline or not. All of the tertiary characters that she gains are pretty cool too. Danny's girlfriend Colleen was the only good thing to come out of the Iron Fist show, and Foggy isn't a half bad comic relief either. Plus, you said it yourself, Chris, Kilgrave is one of the best supervillains of all time, let alone in the Marvel Universe. He's creepy, he's manipulative, and I hate to say it, but his whole vibe is pretty spot on. In real life, you're gonna be fighting off guys who think they can get away with Jedi mind tricking you into f***ing them, and the Purple Man is an exaggerated but still realistic version of what a lot of women go through. And before you little turds call me a lesbian feminist in the comments, get a clue. Superheroes are the people we wish we could be in real life, but sometimes that means watching them deal with real life traumas in costume.
I know we're both huge fans of Jessica, but all things considered, Supergirl really is the better hero.
Chris, you smell like a minibar every time we hang out. Why are you trying to knock our girl here? Guys, don't listen to her. Just vote for me.
Whitney's honestly probably drunk right now, so you should just vote for me.
Vote for who you think wins, Jessica Jones or Supergirl. Loser will be forced to watch David Tennant and Mike Coulter get the flesh stripped from their bodies by a very unskilled flenser.
No! How could you? David! Mike! With your delicious chocolate body!
And your abs.
Oh, your abs. David, I like your big nose.
Gross.
Gross. Gross.